Hey up everyone, in case you aren't aware, it's now 2025. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, it's looking to be a great year for us gaming nerds. And in 2024, we had many fantastic games delivered to us, such as Astro Bot, Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree, Black Myth, Wukong, and Concord. Okay, obviously I'm taking the piss. Concord wasn't a fantastic game. It was the greatest game of all time. And although 2024 was a decent year for gaming, I think it's safe to say that 2025 is the super duper deluxe edition because 2025 is an upgrade. Yeah, that joke doesn't really work, does it? I mean, nowadays, super duper deluxe editions is pretty much just an extra few shitty cosmetic skins, and 2025 isn't a shitty cosmetic skin. Because this year, we have a variety of AAA games that should be coming our way. So without further ado, let's talk about them. The obvious elephant in the room is GTA 6, because the last time we received a GTA game was GTA 5, all the way back in 2013, so it's been 12 years, and then the last Rockstar title we received was Red Dead Redemption 2, one of the greatest games of all time, and that's been what, 7 or 8 years now, so it's been a very long time, and we've been waiting a very long time for a new Rockstar game. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, it doesn't feel right saying GTA 6 comes out this year. Say it right now, say it with me, GTA 6 is coming out this year. It doesn't feel right because we've been waiting so long. But it is real and we're finally here, 2025, the year that GTA 6 should come out. And let's be honest, it's probably going to be the most successful game of all time. Actually, not probably, it will be the most successful game of all time. However, will we actually get GTA 6 this year? I mean, we received a trailer for GTA 6 all the way back in late 2023. And ever since then, Rockstar have been completely silent throughout 2024, and the only thing we've heard is the far-fetched theories from the fans. And we also have to take into consideration that Rockstar love to delay their games. I mean, as you can see, the majority of their games have seen a delay, so the chances of GTA 6 being delayed are quite high in my opinion. But even if GTA 6 is delayed, don't worry, because we've still got plenty of games that are coming out this year. And that takes us on to the game I'm looking forward to the most this year, which is Mafia: The Old Country. Now, do I believe that it'll be the best game of 2025? No, but anything to do with mafia and mobsters, the mob life, I'm all for it. I mean, my favourite film of all time is Goodfellas, and my favourite TV show of all time is The Sopranos, so it's safe to say that I'm really hyped for the new Mafia game.
I thought I was out. They pulled me back in.
The last Mafia game we received was the remake of the first Mafia game, and it was a great example of a remake and was well received. But before that was the lackluster Mafia 3. Even though Mafia 3 was quite poor, enough time has passed leaving fans wanting a new Mafia game. I'm just praying that after all of this time and the mistakes they made with Mafia 3, they don't make again, because I need to see the Mafia IP live on and be strong again. And now we move on to another theme that tickles my pickle, and that theme is to do with samurais. And obviously the game to do with samurais is Ghost of Yoti, the sequel to Ghost of Tsushima. Now, I am a bit skeptical whether Ghost of Yoti will actually release this year, but given the fact that Sucker Punch have had 5 years to work on it, you know, the last game we received was Ghost of Tsushima, and that came out back in 2020, so it's been 5 years now, but I'm going to remain optimistic, and I still think that it will still drop in 2025. And Ghost of Tsushima was a great PlayStation exclusive. In fact, it was probably my personal favorite PlayStation exclusive that we received. Now, I know a lot of people wanted a sequel to Ghost of Tsushima, and we are getting it with Ghost of Yoti, and I know there was a bit of controversy that, you know, it's not Jin Sakai again, but I don't think that's a problem. I thought Jin Sakai's story ended off in a nice way. I don't know what more you really could have done with Jin, so I think a new protagonist is a welcome addition. And I have seen a few people crying that apparently Ghost of Yoti has gone woke because you play as a female samurai, but I'm not a gimp, so I'm not really that fussed about it. And in 2025, this year, FromSoft is still being consistent and delivering us the goods. I'm being serious when I say this. FromSoft's work rate really does need to be studied because they drop consistently year after year, and it always happens to be banger after banger after banger. Because this year, FromSoft will be releasing Elden Ring Night Rain, and although I've just praised them for being quality and being consistent, I do raise an eyebrow at the idea of this game. Because from what we know so far, this will be an online game where you can play in a trio. I know you can't play as a duo. You can do solo and trios, but for whatever reason, you can't do duos, which is really weird in my opinion. I don't see why you can't do duos. I think that's a bit daft, really. But regardless, how this game goes, you'll be dropped into a map, you and your mates, and then you have to explore the area, gather loot, and by the time nighttime comes around, the map starts to shrink, sort of like Fortnite, and you also have to take on a boss. If you're then able to make it to day 3, then you'll be able to take on the Night Lord, which will earn powerful relics that can be used in the next game that you play. Obviously, this is very different to how every other FromSoft game operates, and it's a very unique idea. But despite it being a unique idea, something fresh, it just doesn't sound that appealing to me. Because one of the best attributes of a FromSoft game is the replay value. And when it comes to Night Rain and what we've heard so far, I feel like that attribute may be taken away possibly. I'm hoping to be proven wrong, of course, but only time will tell. But not only is it games that we should be excited for this year, no, as we have a console being rumoured to be revealed this year, and that console is the highly anticipated Nintendo Switch 2, which of course will come with some new games as well. The last big release for the Nintendo Switch was The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, which came out back in 2023, so I think it's safe to say that Nintendo fans are desperate for some new games. And I just really can't wait for the reveal of the Switch 2 and the games that come with it. I want to see what it looks like. I want to know the price points when it releases. I just can't wait to see some more information about the Switch 2. Next up, we have a remake that a lot of fans have been asking for a very long time, and that is the Metal Gear Solid 3 remake. And a quick fun fact, the only Metal Gear Solid game that I've played is Ground Zeroes or Ground Zero, whatever it's called. I played it many moons ago because it was free on PS Plus, but that's the only Metal Gear Solid game I've ever played. I've always wanted to get into the game series, and who knows, maybe if I play the remake in number 3 first and then go on to play like the little remasters that we did for the first 3 games, hopefully I can get into the Metal Gear Solid franchise. And we have another game coming out this year what's a part of a legendary gaming franchise, and that is Doom: The Dark Ages. Now, I'm actually quite interested in the new Doom, even though I never finished Doom 2016. I played a few hours of it and that was about it, and I never even touched Doom Eternal. However, as a kid, I remember watching my dad play the original Doom on the PlayStation 1 or 2. I can't exactly remember which console it was because I was like, what, 3 or 4 years old, but I used to always just watch my dad play it, and I'd always want to play it myself, and you know, I'd sneak onto it when he wasn't really there, maybe not in the room or whatever it was. I would always sneak onto the game, play the game, give myself some fucking nightmares. But I absolutely have fond memories of that game, despite the nightmares. I adored that game, loved it. So it's a bit weird that I never picked up on the game really when the reboot happened, even though it was well received and everyone was giving it a lot of high praise. I could never really get into it, but I'm hoping with the release of Doom: The Dark Ages, hopefully I can get back into the franchise. In staying on the genre of first-person shooters, a big first-person shooter we'll be getting this year is Borderlands 4. Even though Borderlands 3 didn't really live up to the hype, and the Borderlands film was an utter pile of dog shit, fans are still really excited to see what 2K can do with Borderlands 4. Here's hoping that 2K Games can get both Borderlands and Mafia on their feet in 2025. Ubisoft haven't been doing the best in recent times, but despite how shit they've been doing, a lot of people are still excited for Assassin's Creed Shadows. Now, the game was meant to release back in 2024 in November, but it did get delayed until February the 14th of this year. And this Assassin's Creed game has has a lot more hype to it because fans have been asking for Assassin's Creed taking place in Japan for the longest of times. I remember when like 2 and 3 were coming out and fans were constantly saying, oh, I can't wait to see an Assassin's Creed game in Japan. And now fast forward, what, over a decade later, and we're finally here. We're getting Assassin's Creed Shadows, what's set in Japan. The only thing is there's a lot more pressure on Ubisoft given all the things what's going on with them. So if they drop another typical mid Ubisoft game, it could be the end of Ubisoft. So they have a lot of pressure on them going into the release of this game. There are still many titles that will be released in 2025. I just haven't listed every single one of them because I don't fancy being here all day. Now, get yourself down in the comments and let me know which games you're looking forward to the most this year and why you're looking forward to those games. But yeah, that's all I've got for this video. But if you did like this video, maybe actually leave a like on the video and maybe even consider subscribing to my channel. I would appreciate it greatly. Thank you for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.